Alright, what's going on? It's Mr. Marty. Today we're on MW3. If I'm being totally honest, I have not played a ton of MW3 recently, but I have been playing on and off. But I wanted to talk about Call of Duty in general today, and I wanted to talk about the modern era of Call of Duty, which I like to call it, that starts with Modern Warfare 2019 up until MW3. The discussion I want to have about COD today is I want to talk about why I think Call of Duty doesn't feel the same as it did, saying, Black Ops 2, real Modern Warfare 3. I'm gonna do my best to not mention skill-based matchmaking. I want to talk about things that most people don't talk about, which is everything besides skill-based matchmaking. And there's a ton of little things that I think make these new CODs feel very repetitive and feel almost like the same exact game. My number one thing is the terrible UI that we have been using ever since MW 2019. We have had the same UI since that game, with the gunsmith and everything like that, because of Warzone. But I think it's terrible. I think that shit is terrible. We essentially have been staring at the same... Why am I gun shoot once? We essentially have been looking at the same screen for 4 or 5 years now. The same UI, the same gunsmith, almost the same gameplay. Besides, Cold War had the biggest disparity in gameplay. I think little stuff like that makes a big difference because it makes it feel like the COD game you're playing from year to year is actually a new game and not just the same old game, even though it is, but it gives you a little false hope. Just think about how simple but different the lobbies used to look, like Black Ops 2's lobby compared to the original Modern Warfare 3 compared to the original Black Ops 1. That stuff was all different UIs, menu music, different stuff like that. And now for 4 or 5 years straight, we've had pretty much the same UI besides in Cold War, which it was just a little different in Cold War. Not even that big of a difference, but it was still better. And there's my point. You shit on me. But yeah, I think stuff like that, like little things like that, which I'll mention a few more, but stuff like that makes Call of Duty feel so much better and makes it feel different from year to year, unlike getting the same UI and the same gunsmith every single year. That stuff makes the game feel Jesus! That stuff makes the game feel very stale. The next thing, and this is kind of skill-based matchmaking, but more matchmaking in general, is disbanding lobbies after games. I feel like if disbanding lobbies after games didn't happen, you'd get those old rivalries like you used to have back in the day, like when you're getting your ass kicked by a team, then you're talking shit, then the game ends, and then the team switch up a little bit. Maybe the guy you're just talking shit to, now he's on your team, and now you're trying to work together, or you're still talking shit. I know I was still talking shit a lot of times, but I feel like stuff like that makes the gameplay feel a lot different, feel brand new, feel fresh, especially when you're looking at that new UI, the new cool UI, getting used to that. And these are just the little things. Disbanding lobbies in general made the COD community more of a community. I feel like there's a lack of community nowadays. Other little things I can think of right now off the top of my head are things like 100%er, stuff like that. Stuff to grind for, more things to grind for. Oh my god, I stink! I remember there were like little emblems and calling cards in MW3 that like I thought looked really cool that I would try to do weird stupid challenges for to unlock just so I can have them pop up in the lobby. Even in Black Ops 2 I remember getting like nuclear and not running the nuclear calling card just so you could tell people you went on a 30 kill streak. I thought that was pretty cool. Just ignore the gameplay and just listen to what I'm saying because at this point I don't even know what I'm doing today. Alright. This is a fucking podcast. Just turn your phone over, turn off your monitor, go to a new tab and just listen because there's nothing to watch. But back to my main point, I think little things like that changing from year to year, it would make Call of Duty feel less like regurgitated content. And for the last 5 years of this modern era of modern movement, modern COD, I feel like we've been getting a lot of regurgitated and reused assets, and I don't know, I think Call of Duty multiplayer has gotten really stale. I think that's the best way to put it. It's very stale, and none of these games I feel like have a really... like, they don't have their own identity. Also, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think they should get rid of the gunsmith with these 8 million fucking attacks. I just gave up. But I think they should I'm just actually going to leave the fucking game because I'm going to sit in the lobby and talk. I'm going to get back to the point I was just talking about. I think they should get rid of this. I should think they should get rid of gunsmith with all these attachments on your guns. It's ridiculous. For example, let's just go through all the different scopes that you can put on the sniper rifle. I'm going to scroll all the way to the right. That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. I know they do all this for Warzone, but I think for multiplayer, I think the simpler, the better. And then back to my original point, look at the UI, look at this UI. We've been staring at this for 4 or 5 years. The same thing, the same shit. The shitty fucking, terrible fucking shit. And then even look at this, like who designed this battle pass bullshit? Like holy shit. Just make it into a fucking straight line from left to right. I think simplifying things down for Call of Duty, it would be very beneficial, and these things I'm talking about are not big changes. It's literally just making the game feel like a new game. I think if they did some of these things, and they'd feel a lot different and keep people engaged for a bit longer, because we know Call of Duty has its cycles and it always dies down a bit. But I hope to see that happen with a Treyarch game, and Treyarch I actually have the most hope for, because even in Cold War they did the most changes with the colors of the games, with the UI. I think Activision holds back all these studios besides Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward's terrible. But we'll see. We'll see at the end of the day. I actually have tips on how to make COD feel more like the old days and feel more casual. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. But that's it for today. It's just a small little rant, a little podcast, because I don't think I killed anybody during that entire fucking game. The one game we played, I think I killed one person. Wait, one more thing. If you're new here, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know what you'd want to see next.